Hello guys and welcome to the Worcester Wolves podcast, back with your resident average pundit, Reece Williams, and I'm joined with the very well-travelled and veteran of the BBL, Raheem May-Thompson. Raheem, thank you for being here.
No worries, thanks for having me, Reece.
So what has it been like, settling into Worcester and the nature of playing back in the BBL?
It's been good. It's good to come back to England and play for such a good team, and especially with some of the things we've done so far. But Worcester itself, I've never really been here much other than maybe just passing through to play games in the past. So got to travel around and see a bit of Worcester, and it's a nice town and quite a pleasant place actually.
You mentioned the good team, like the team's on a roll at the minute. We'll come on to in a minute. Actually playing in the BBL Cup Final. This Sunday, the 26th of January. You've built like a really good chemistry with all the players around you. Like you are a big key, along with Jordan Williams, Mark Hughes, Kofi Josephs, and Amir Williams as well, coming into the team as well. So how have you built that sort of connection with a lot of the players that have come in? You've come and joined in the first season.
Some of me and Jordan have played together a couple of times over the summer, him being from London, me too. So like some I've always known. I've known Kofi for a while too, so some just played with here and there, especially when you're from England. You just the basketball community is really tight. You end up knowing every other guy that's from here. You end up knowing and probably hung around with a couple of times. So guys like that, it's always easy to already know what they're like before heading on to it. But then with the imports, it's always sometimes a different story every season, because you know how there's a high turnover every year. It's like there's always a fresh kind of set of Americans or European players to come in. So we've really just come together and things have been clicking, and we managed to string some runs together, especially in the cup. Played really good as well as the cup has now changed format too. So it really, those first few kind of cup league games, when it was in the group stages still, it allowed us to kind of get to know each other. And I think a lot of teams kind of benefited from it, because it's some games where you can afford to lose maybe without it kind of counting as a stain on your league record. So I think that helped, and we were here pretty early too. We were here maybe like a month or so beforehand. So I think we really when the cup started, we were actually flowing and into things and playing well together anyway, and we've just been trying to keep that form going, especially hopefully to this Sunday.
I was going to say, you guys have been on a roll. BBL Cup Final coming, you're 6th in the actual league itself, pushing for that playoffs as well. Obviously you mentioned playing and knowing Kofi and playing with Jordan over the summer. How weird is it to also come against those that you've also played with as well? I know you played with CJ Gettis, who's now playing for the Newcastle Eagles. How weird is it coming up against those old players and also like old coaches as well?
It's always good to see friendly faces out there. I mean, you're always friends off the court, but then when the game starts, you know how it is. It's just you're here to get business done, win by any means necessary. Everyone knows whatever happens on the court, there's no hard feelings after. It's always just competitive, and everyone in this league is a competitor by nature.
Yeah. So I'll take it back to your early memories of basketball. What is your earliest memory of basketball in itself?
I've got some. I never used to play when I was really really young, but my dad used to play professionally, and my granddad used to coach. Used to be the coach at Brixton, Jimmy Rogers.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's always been in my family, I guess, but I didn't probably pick up an interest for basketball till I was about 13, 14, and I moved. I actually lived in London and then moved to live in Liverpool with my dad, and then I started probably taking it a bit more seriously, and then played for the Liverpool National League team. I played under 14s, under 16s, and then after that moved to America.
Yeah. I was doing the research. I saw that you played under 16 level for it was the Euros.
Yeah.
What was it like getting the call up?
It was something I was looking forward to, and something I had my eyes on for a while, because I think I'd tried to go for the year above when I was 15, trying to play up,
Yeah.
and I didn't quite make it, but it was definitely once I knew I was near enough there, it was something I really wanted to push for the next year, and luckily I wasn't. We had a really, really talented team along with like Ryan Richards, and even someone who used to play here in
Adam.
Yeah,
Adam Doseby, I was about to get to that. I noticed that you played with, obviously, former captain of the Worcester Wolves last season, Adam Doseby. Someone that you actually have also played alongside in the national level, which a lot of fans may be looking, maybe more predominantly female fans. Ovi from Love Island played with him at the under-20 level, I believe,
yeah,
for Great Britain.
We both played up as well. There was quite a few people in the league actually that played on that team. Like Jamel was on that team, Andrew Lawrence. There's definitely quite a few names. Will Neighbour as well. So there's quite a few players on that team that are right here in the BBL now. And playing with Obi, he's a really good player. He was great back then. I think he got like the All-Star 5 of the tournament.
Wow.
Well, we had a pretty good team. We just didn't finish so well. So, but
I bet he's known more for other sort of nonsense now. But you know what? He's back in the BBL with the London Lions. So I guess you've come up against him again. So what was it like playing against him again? Memories of old.
We haven't played against him yet. Just because he don't play in the game up here, but hopefully we'll play against them at their place.
Okay. So who did you have, like an idol or like a favourite team? Like obviously you said you developed into basketball later.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have like a favourite team, like watching the NBA?
I suppose favourite. I never really had a team, just because with how quick players change over teams and stuff. But I've always been like a LeBron fan or a Melo fan, so LeBron's definitely my favourite player. And
early
even
memories of domination.
Even now, he's the man's 35, I think, and he's still.
It's phenomenal.
Exactly.
I've always been like a Dwayne Wade fan. He mesmerised me back in 05, 06, and it broke my heart when he retired last year. So, You also played it in the NBL, like a semi-pro amateur league in England. What was it, playing in? Obviously, played Liverpool and also I believe Derbyshire.
Yeah.
So what was it like stepping up to the National Basketball League?
It was good. Like so I played for Liverpool. I think when I first came back from America, and just to be home, I'd been away I lived in America for 6 years, and but the last 2 years I spent in America, I was there without coming home for the summer, so I was feeling pretty homesick, and I just wanted to be around family and all that stuff. And I got the opportunity to play for Liverpool. We did 4, but they still managed to be able to pay, so just took the chance and enjoyed it. But it wasn't too much of a challenge. We ended up winning it all without losing. But it's good to see that they've actually worked all the way up to Division 1 now. So I love the fact that my hometown club has worked all the way from the bottom to the top and continue to do great things to this day. And Derby was kind of my next spot after that, and things were great there. Had Coach James Maudsley, who's a great coach. I also played with Lee Goldsborough and Dan Watts, and there were some great players there too. I think we just finished shy of winning the league. We finished second, and it was very close. I think one game would have been the difference for us to beat Essex, I think it was, that won it. And then unfortunately we lost in the playoffs to Manchester. But it was a great experience. I was also at the Derby Uni, which was
really?
cool. Yeah.
I'm showing that. So you mentioned going to America as well. Like you played in the NCAA Division 1, I believe.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
So what's the difference between the American style of basketball and the British style?
I think just over there, everyone starts from such a young age. Like they've got kids dribbling basketballs from when they can walk, they learn to dribble a basketball pretty much. But there's definitely there's much more of a passion for basketball over there. You go to any gym over there, you'll see it's like just a basketball gym, or there's anywhere where you can just work out for basketball, and it's quite the ease of access is a lot easier than here, and just the opportunities. If you really want to go shoot or play, you can go to a YMCA, you can go to any kind of place, and I bet you there'll be someone there playing basketball, whereas in England, not so much. It's more
football. Like I go to like the parks, like the cage parks, and there are basketball hoops, but people tend to play football, or they tend to play like golf. Like it's not there aren't as many eyes to basketball in England than there are in other countries. Like even other countries in like Canada, the French league as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And obviously you going over to France as well for a little spell just after your first BBL run. What is it like playing over in France as well?
I enjoyed France. Was cool. I played NM2. The level was okay. I think the BBL is probably quite a bit better than there. But I was called in to kind of like try and help that team gain promotion, and we ended up achieving all our goals. We won the National Cup and got promotion, and came third in the playoffs after at the end of the season. But it was a really successful season. I think we might have only lost three or four games all year, and we achieved our goals. They're now the team I was playing for, Maluz Fastad, now currently playing in NM1 now.
Wow.
So they're definitely happy with everything that we achieved last season anyway.
All the teams that you join, kind of their stocks kind of rise. Raheem May-Thompson lifts and elevates their teams.
I tried to.
So obviously this isn't your first stint in the BBL with the Worcester Wolves. You've also played for the Leicester Riders and more predominantly Cheshire Phoenix, to which you have also previously won the BBL Cup with. So this Sunday, facing the Bristol Flyers, it's your third rodeo here. What was the first time playing like properly in the BBL Cup Final with Cheshire Phoenix?
It was a great experience. Obviously against the Worcester Wolves. A lot of fans still remember that for sure. But it's a great experience playing in the finals. The lights were on. It's the NIA is a great venue too.
It's massive.
When all those fans are in there, it certainly livens you up to play even more, and it's something to get more up. You always get up to play a game, but a game like that it's on another level almost. It's something else. But just excited to play in it, and it just felt the game kind of just comes more easily, and it's just exciting.
You got like a kick of adrenaline.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't normally necessarily have on other away games. So you go to other arenas around the country, and obviously you don't have that much fan support. Whereas the bright lights are on, the spotlights are on, and you've just got to go out there and get it. I was watching somehow I found the final, and I was watching you collect your medal. What was it like feeling getting that medal and then seeing the cup there as well?
It's always good whenever you're a part of a team and you're close together and you achieve your goals, and you make this brotherhood and you can celebrate it together. It's always a special feeling. It's something that when you look back on, you'll always remember. It'll be a highlight of your life potentially. So all those people on that team, we all share that together, and I still talk to some of them here and there. And it's just something that no one can ever really take from you, and it's just those memories that you build. No
other feeling like it.
Exactly.
Like, you going into this game, absolutely. You've got all the momentum pretty much. It's really a battle between two very close teams at the minute. Like in the league sense of things, the Worcester Wolves and the Bristol Flyers are neck and neck pretty much, 6th and 7th. Do you see that as a big challenge, or do you feel like everyone's going to step up and rise to that challenge?
I imagine everyone will step up. But I guess Bristol right now are like our local rivals too. Especially we played them quite a few times. It's always been a very physical and close game too. So they'll be up for it. We'll be up for it. That's no doubt. Not without doubt. But I imagine it'll be an exciting game. Every time we played each other, it's been down to the wire. Even the pre-season game here we had against them, they've all been 1-2 point games, and it's always been an exciting and entertaining game for sure.
Rolling back to obviously playing for multiple teams in the BBL as well. How does it feel like? Because obviously in your first stint with the Leicester Riders under Patinoso, Coach Patinoso, you didn't really get that many minutes. And then moving to Cheshire, you were getting upwards of 29-30 minutes per game, and you were able to really come into your own as a player and dominate. You can actually post up from the inside and also shoot the three. How have you been able to model your game to actually, be able to be the big man at times, but also be a wing player?
Well, I've always played like the 3 or the 4 kind of my whole life, but in terms of the shooting, it's something I've worked on. Like when I was in college in America, I didn't really shoot that many threes. I'd shoot it maybe if I was wide open, but once I came home and especially playing in the NBL and like having that opportunity to play for Derby and Liverpool, kind of like worked on it there and then at Leicester as well, and it's been something that I've been able to turn from a weakness into a strength. And now I can shoot it a lot better than I could in my college days anyway. So it's just with experience and playing experience, and then obviously getting the chance to play at Cheshire, it just gives you just more confidence. Like I've always had the ability, I thought, but maybe just lacked in some of the confidence, whereas getting that chance to shine and play in big games and just in games in general definitely lets you build the confidence, and Absolutely. It kind of it stops you self-doubting yourself and lets you kind of you just prove it to yourself, and then once you've done that, it's you're rolling with it and just continue to go.
How is it coming? Like, say you do have like a bad game and not able to do what you want with the game that you're playing. How do you like mentally pick yourself up? Either whether it's the next game in training or just. Maybe it's during the game, like you go into half time, you're not really happy with the performance and you come out, give it a burst of energy. What is it like mentally? Like mentally just preparing the game of basketball, like it's more of it's also mentally, like it's a mental game as well. Mm-hmm. What is it like preparing for games?
I always try and, I think with any athletes, they always try and keep their routine the same. Like on the game day, you don't want to do anything that you don't usually do. So when you always have a routine, it puts you in the same state of mind and it lets you focus and prepare for that game. And then also, if things do go bad sometimes, you always just remember like all the things I often just remember all the things I've done to get to this point here. So for example, all the shots you've worked on in practice, all the things you work on in practice. So it kind of reassures yourself and it's like a shot of confidence to yourself, just to let you know, maybe think about some other games where you've done really well, and it just boosts your confidence. It lets you know that you can, if you are having a bad time, just get back to your basics, do what you do well, and just try and do not as much as what you're doing, and just take it back a step and reassure yourself and let yourself know that you're perfectly capable of doing what you do.
So you talk about confidence. Like, how is the confidence going into this BBL Cup Final game?
I think it's pretty high. Everyone's really
they're excited.
Yeah, excited and ready to go. So as I said before, when you come to these finals, these are, I know some guys probably haven't played in it, but when you come to it, it's something you want to do good in. Our whole mentality as a team is just do whatever we can to put ourselves in the best situation to win on Sunday.
So obviously you mentioned some guys might not have been in this situation before. Obviously, a lot of some of the guys in the locker room are actually in their rookie seasons. How, like you obviously being a more established player, are you more of a personality in the locker room to sort of help those younger guys come up? Or?
I'm probably more quieter ones on the team, but there's definitely a few personalities on our team. Yeah. But as I said, if we haven't been to, this might be the first final for some people hit like a professional final, but a lot of people have been in other finals, either in high school or college or respectively wherever they played. So everyone's had like the same experience, just maybe not on this stage. So it's just on the bigger stage, that's all. But they've all been here before. It's all
big stages. Like it's also it's your first like season as a team. Mm-hmm. So like for you all to have gelled this well in your first season, it's something that's not really seen. Like especially after the drought of the last couple of seasons in Worcester, it's not really been great. Mm-hmm. But then building the team up, the fans are getting louder and louder in this arena. I see it every single game. They're chanting. I think that might come under the philosophy of Coach Matt Newby. Mm-hmm. What sort of how is it playing under? Like, what's the favourite part about playing?
It's good. He gives us lots of freedom. It's not a rigid system. We can go out. We've got a rough guideline to work with, but there's lots of options for us to play out of it. And it's not, as you said, it's not. I've had some coaches, and it's like you've got to run things this way, or it's his way or that. Whereas Coach Newby lets us play basketball and make our own reads, and it's been flowing well for us. And as you said before too, the crowd's definitely into it. Like there's been a couple close games where we've had a 6-man presence there, and it's certainly made this place like shake a bit. And I imagine come Sunday it'll be hopefully more of a home game for us then anyway. I know we've got lots of fans going down.
Absolutely, lots of Worcester Wolves fans will be there in attendance. If you haven't actually collected your tickets, please do so, or contact the University Arena or the Worcester Wolves to come and collect your tickets, or collect them this Sunday, the 26th of January, at the Arena Birmingham. Or if you don't have your tickets, you can actually watch the game live on BBC Sport. So going into that final as well, you've also got to properly gel together. You've been there before, so it's sort of about elevating the team a bit more. Do you reckon you guys have the same you and the Bristol Flyers? Do you guys reckon you all have the same hunger about you?
Definitely. I imagine they're hungry for sure. I think this is Bristol's first final that they've made. Yeah, so as soon as when any team's first final, I'm sure they'll be hungry for it and just up for it anyway. Yeah. Especially Coach Chris. Oh shoot.
Their coach.
Yeah, their coach.
Their coach. Yeah, he's definitely hungry for.
He's a great coach, so I know. He'll be motivating his team in the right ways come this weekend. So, final few questions. Are you going into this game win only mentality? Definitely, it has to be. We want to lift that silverware come the end of that 40 minutes. So I think we'll do, anyone on our team. I know I will do whatever it takes to just make sure there's more points on our column than theirs. Whether it be hard stops, scores, anything to get the job done.
Absolutely. And so if you had one message to say to the beautiful people behind the camera supporting the Worcester Wolves this Sunday, what would it be?
Bring your loudest voices. If not, come in, tune in. Let's just give as much support so we can come back and bring that cup back to all you fans.
All right, Raheem, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks very much.
As I said before, if you are going to the game, please collect your and you haven't collected your tickets, please collect them from the Arena Birmingham this Sunday, the 26th of January, at the Arena Birmingham. And also, if you can't make it, please do tune in live on BBC Sport for the tip-off as well. Raheem, thank you for joining me.
Thanks very much, Reece.
Thank you for listening. I shall see you soon.
Bye.